Right. Welcome to yet another M&T campaign. I will fully admit that some real life stuff means that this one's going to be a bit less consistent with its uploads. Simply put, this is, yeah. Several days after I actually did the drawing time, well, recorded the drawing time lapse, and it was, yeah, it took a while for me to even get the time together to edit it and all that. To get it to, yeah, speed it up and all that, because the computer has to, among other things, calculate the whole thing. But yeah. So this is going to be a little bit more inconsistent. So for the first little while, if I can manage, I'll try to keep with the regular upload schedule. But eventually I'm going to run out of videos. So at that point, I'll get it out to the next usual release time as soon as it's finished, edited, uploaded, and everything. So anyway, let's go to Cuzco. As per usual, this will probably take a while, and it's also the fact that it's a new EU4 version, which I actually know zero about it beyond its name. So, as well as don't know how much is stable with an M&T, so yeah, you might need to bear with me. Anyway, I'll see you on the other side. Okay. The religious authority stuff isn't actually activated, so... So apparently I'm a feudal theocracy, a tribal federation, and a monarchy at the same time. I mean, there's probably a mix of truths. Oh, so I can in fact embrace centralism. Oh, okay. So I don't have the issue of not having centralism. That is good. Okay. And it's 1 ducat, so I might as well embrace it immediately. Okay. I am behind in tech, but so is everyone else. We are all equally behind. I don't have infant cavalry to work with, so I will have a penalty for that, I believe. It's not on here, but yeah. Southern Peruvian Tradition Group. Cusco's. Ah, okay. Yeah, the empire would be diverse if it's formed. Is it possible to form it? Yes. It's got the rainbow flag. At least the straight rainbow flag with 7 colors. Requires 25 cores on the Andes region, and I need to own 10 more provinces than that. I must own Cusco, and... well, okay. Or own, as well as own Pachacamac, or be allied with Ixma. Own Huancayo or Lupaca, and own Cajamarca or Gola. That's a rather complex set of requirements, but Andes region, yeah. Show utility decisions, because those are fairly useful. Shove these back to the bottom. Tax code stuff can be handled later. Do need to handle policies. We are centralizing. I don't need aggressive policing active yet. That can come later. Rivals. Chunka, Cola, Hawanga. It's going to be so difficult keeping the flags apart. They're all very similar in design. And while there are distinct differences, they're not distinctive enough in many cases. As for ideas, what do I have? I have quality and admin. Ooh, admin. Wait, no, it's not bureaucratic. Dang it. It's bureaucracy ideas that are really good. Administrative ideas are okay, but I would prefer bureaucratic because of tribals. But they only have 30% strength within my area. Okay, so there won't be an actual issue. And I do have some initial bureaucratic reforms. Should make things a bit easier. Including the initial provincial reform. Excellent. As well as the law reform. The nobles don't have any monopolies. They do have an expansive... They also have common justice. Nice. Also start with nobility and dispassionate peasantry. Excellent. We even have state tax farming. Though upgrading for that's going to be difficult. Prestigious diplomacy, yuck. Yeah, these actually are pretty good. Well, the church just needs to be pushed towards secularism if I want that. The real issue is commerce law. Yeah. Next idea group definitely has to be trade ideas. Thankfully, I have an open Diplo slot, so... Well, I don't have any Diplo ideas yet, is what I'm saying. I don't know if I can afford advisors, but they are extremely cheap this early on, so probably isn't a big deal. What's the next idea group? Tech level 18. Ah. That's a long ways away. So ideas aren't going to be helpful yet. There. Locked. Some attacks. Full attacks, a few attacks more, because that's just more fun. Gameplay, subject. Okay. Oh, you can change that now. Well, let's hope this doesn't break anything. Forms, dynastic, harem and primary spouse, blood, nobility, irrelevant assemblies, regionalism, significant decentralization, autonomy is permitted, required 2 in both of those, no special arrangements. Yeah, okay. Right. Okay, so they are... You would be an easy conquest, especially since Kola is unlikely and unwilling to protect you, so yeah. Alliances can't be formed immediately. It has to take a while for the alliance cap to be calculated. Alright, let's hope this all works. Yep, okay, infantry combat. Yep, pretty much everyone important is embracing centralism. Yeah. Though some locations don't have it yet. But it's only a matter of time for them. These are all colonizable provinces. Yeah, ensuring the Europeans don't get that much of a foothold is going to be very important. Okay, so that's taxation with these settings. Have they fixed the... They still haven't fixed that UI bug, okay. The multiple events does mean that I don't know how... Okay, so try that. I do wonder... Okay, we're not doing much recruiting with that, so... Let's stick with 20 power usage. Let's double check, delegate tax code, yes. Enable the yearly event. I do want to be able to know. Well, there's the advantage of being able to select an heir with this government reform. Right, so... Oh, I don't get to see their stats. I can only see their claims and their ages, as well as... Yeah. It's not gonna make things easy. Let's pick the Gregarious. He's not great, but okay. Current ruler is probable to live a while. Although that naive puppet master doesn't look great. Anyway. Right. Treasury. 3 years. By me. Oh yeah, right. Admin ideas aren't actually finished. The other option is to trash the idea group to refund 90 admin power. Which I could use those numbers to actually try and calculate the base cost of an idea. Huh. Oh, so the base cost is 225. No wonder it's so tough to figure that out. That's not an easy number to do percentages on. Is it really worth the cost of doing this? I don't know. Oh, I don't actually need trade ideas yet. I just need the burgers to be strong enough, which I can do. The nobles actually like this. So it shouldn't be expensive to do this soonish. I might want to wait until I get ideas in the technology. At least, yeah. The Miltech isn't helpful. The admin technology only gets me an urban reduction efficiency buff. And it will increase commerce production. Boost the amount of merchants I get. Because I actually don't have a single merchant. Just reduce the amount of tax income I get from them. But how much income do the brokers get? 7 ducats a year. Or at least that's their profit. That's their increase in wealth. The fees are about half a ducat a year, which is barely anything. Of course, this will strengthen the nobles slightly. Yeah. Yeah, in order to get commercialization, in order to invent it, I need to get to 8. So I absolutely need to get the ideas for it eventually. Trade ideas. But up to around 6, I can take advantage of not needing to have the trade ideas yet. I believe it's 6. Yeah, it's at 7, you absolutely have to have trade ideas. And I think completed too. I could drop an idea group. And admittedly, I don't really use any of these. With the simple exception of the advisor cost, and I might actually want this later. Because these 3 buffs that are coming up are very helpful. The other option is to wait 10 tech levels, which will cost me several thousand points before I can actually think about getting all the way up. On the other hand, getting to... I don't have the burger power. I barely have the burger power for 7. I'm not sure if I can get the metropolitan influence to the point of city charges, which would be extremely helpful. Okay, that's a probably, actually, so... I could do 2 reforms at once. No, I cannot afford both. Okay, let's... Because it's best to do multiple reforms at the same time, so that the refractory period, while slightly longer and a little bit stronger, will be overall less punishing. I'm gonna need another 15 Diplo points. So I also need to promote the Burger faction in order to give them enough influence to do this. And I can't do it after the fact. While that would mean that I don't have to have the amount of points necessary, because I could still click those options and get the change in, get the effects while bringing my points to the negative. I have to do this before in order to be able to, and reforms don't allow you to do them if you don't have enough points right at the bat. So let's wait another month just to be certain. Truce with Cola. What happened? Could research the size, but I need the points for at least urban governance reform. Okay, and... I'm not giving you land. No one's going to intervene in this fight, so... I can still do reforms. Although some people might question the utility of such. 2-1-2. Gotta be careful when attacking. I don't have a roll advantage, at least in shock and fire. I could have a -4, but I have more troops, and shock damage is going to be even more important than it usually is. So, and this early with this low of tech, fire has next to no effect. Of course, there is the issue that combat width is so small. Where are you even retreating to? Oh, manga. Might be better just to siege you down. Let's take more loot. I'll just get the crown when I find the Inca Empire. Right. Promote the Metropolitan faction. Yes, excellent. Just wondering, executive authority is still sitting here. 72.2%. Oh, I could do free peasantry instead. I could do free peasantry instead. Immediately free the peasantry. Do I have the points for that? It's 250 admin points. I can. Yes! The nobility are gonna hate this. But yes. Well, if I mix it with legal wilderness instead of urban governance reform, the nobles will be fine with this, so. Further reform. 2 years in, peasantry free. Well, 3 years, I guess. Huh, the nobles are only -15. Alright, success. And now my stability is rock bottom. Okay, so they are retreating further than just one province. Hopefully that will give me enough time to siege down their capital. Probably will. Those sieges are going to take a while this early in the game. Because I'm not able to stack buffs to sieging speed. Any factions influence because I don't need burger loyalty, and increasing the influence of any other faction is dangerous to my interests. Oh, the burgers are weakening. Yeah, the average power is definitely increased thanks to the fact that I conquered Lucre. Should I at least conquer Kana though, I will probably get more burger power. The capital of Kola will also help. This will not so much. I mean, if I conquer everything they own, I definitely get a very high burger power. Oh yeah. Of course, the amount of aggressive expansion, and more importantly, the amount of admin points needed to core all that, and also the danger of rebels. 5.3 years. The war's not going to last that long if I decide to actually do this. If I get lucky, Kola won't have a good general to work with. Yeah, I think this can be done. I'm going to need Nazca's help though. Pakajez is, yeah, not overly important. So, I have no diplomats to send. Ah. Kola. Or Chunka. Yes, but the armies haven't transitioned yet to the right color. Oh, that's Chacopaya's and Huayla, okay. To fabricate more claims, at least on their capital. What's this decision? Don't need that. Oh yeah, go defend your capital. Probably a good idea. Depends entirely on siege progress. How much siege progress do they have down there? Because then it might be smarter to leave the province for the time being and help them fight. Because I'm not sure there's the blockade penalty. Or no blockade penalty to the siege rule. Fine. And the last battle means that, yeah, the war score. The war score went down. I want the diplomat back so I can take a look. I could actually grab this if I wanted it. That would be a bit much. That would be kind of fine, and that would be a bit okay. I have to balance between ensuring that the burghers get a good amount of power, because this will be on average 0 and 47. Directly increase power. Okay, hopefully enough. Helps that Kana has more dev. I'm not sure how the percentages are actually calculated. I mean, I could go ahead and just look through all the provinces. I already know these two don't have any burger power anyway. So divided by 5 would actually be... Okay, 37.9. Where is it? 40.7. And 15.5. Just round. 38, 40, and 15. Yeah, that's weird. I feel like that should be higher, but... 38 and 40 is 78, 15, 93, divided by 5, should actually be less than 20, because I think it is influenced by the amount of dev in the province as well, which is why Cuzco is, yeah, Cuzco has an outsized influence, but it's only 50% power. If power were to increase, which it is, at least inside of Cuzco, would be very helpful. That or dev within these two provinces, which have more burger power. This one has a ton of burger power, and a lot of dev, at least relatively speaking. It's another low dev province. It's actually lower than any of my other provinces, so... combination should work. But they're not willing to accept the peace deal at the moment, so I still need to win this battle. Which I probably will. I do have a shock 2 general, but I don't think that's actually going to be the one fighting because the other one has a higher total score. Well, it's actually the equivalent of total scores, but even then I'll still get a +2. Yeah, they went with the one with more fire. Okay. So I'll still win the battle by quite a bit. It's enough to convince them of this peace deal. Why do you have cores down here? Well, the option is to ask for cash. 12 ducats. Yeah, sure, that's almost a year's worth. And I definitely need to fabricate claims of the water properties. They're just too much dev. I can ignore it for this one and this one, but not these two. It's too much dev. I don't need to cause absurd amounts of aggressive expansion or coring cost, because this costs admin points, and I need that for tech, for ideas, for new idea groups. and so on and so forth. Let's stick with Lupaka. That's gonna be easier to siege down. I'm gonna need Noska's help though. I'm just happy they haven't called me into a war yet. Okay, where are you headed? Are you headed to Paria? No, to Lupaka. Drat! I got outmaneuvered. Retreat. Eh. And I accidentally outmaneuvered them. Okay, siege down Lupaka now. Okay. I don't have the stability, nor would it be easy for me to gain the stability necessary to do reforms. I also lack a Metropolitan Advisor, so I won't be able to do the Open Governance reform. I'm not sure how you can even boost influence. Yeah, I probably should be able to boost Metropolitan influence enough for that. The real question is there anyone that I'm willing to hire? That's of the Metropolitan faction. Bureaucratic? Yes. There's even clerical faction. But no. Yeah, nothing whatsoever on that one. Ah. Yeesh, that's actually fairly annoying. That number's inaccurate. It's actually 48 per— oh, wow. How did it get so low? Well, actually recent performance is probably it. Yeah. How much does full grain provision do? 25%. Well, I guess performance will have to wait longer. That's fine. It's going to take forever for me to get to the tech level 18. Admin tech level 18. Which is hilariously far into the future. I might as well grab promissory notes now, though. And swap focus to admin points. Trade range plus 10, trade efficiency plus 0.5%, naval engagement plus 3. Most of that is useless for me, since I literally only now just got merchant. Really the only useful thing for me to do is to collect trade within my home node. But since I don't plan on doing reforms for a while, I can promote the aristocratic faction. Range of strategic marriage. MEIOU concessions, ancient liberties. Some popular relative. Reduce clan tributes. They have 35 power, so I don't actually need to increase their power. For the time being, anyway. Do want to get on the good side again, at least a little bit. Oppose populist reform. How bad of an idea is it? not terrible, actually. These provinces are gonna have a lot of unrest on Concord, but sure. It's only for 10 years. Could I actually lavish land on the church? Probably. Sure. I do actually have a lot of money to work with, considering my expenses. So, first 20 or so years as Cuzco went quite great. I actually put together the requirements to get free peasantry, and I've also jumped up one step in commerce law. It's going to take a lot longer before I can get commerce law to the level that I want it to be. This will help weaken the nobility just a tad. And make the merchants happier. We also need to pick a path for governance reform. I actually had the opportunity to do that, but I figured that commerce law was more important, as opposed to free peasantry, which is, yeah, plus 10% rural production is extremely helpful. Though I am running into the issue of not being able... There's a new thing that causes interesting effects to your military. Oh, they vanished, okay. But if you're unable to supply the requirements of your troops, which are food, salt, military goods, consumer goods, their ability to fight will worsen. Sort of. It will lower, I think, at least in the early stages, it lowers morale and reinforce speed. That's it. At least in the early stages, because I only got the weakest couple of levels in the process. Later levels might worsen other things. I've also noticed that pretty much everyone around me has diplomacy ideas instead of quality ideas. Heh. Yeah, even the game knows quality is good. I mean, after all, having plus 7.5% combat ability and an extra 2.5% discipline is actually really helpful. Plus the boosted siege ability, morale speed, more morale, etc. There is some inflation from, well, peace deals, but that can be handled. Corruption is also increasing rapidly. Yeah, previous ruler died, so I got the new one. And also, because of the governing type of Cusco, I do get heir selection. Yeah. Five state regions? Oh, I have 34. Yeah, I think I'll continue. Wait. Can I do any reforms? I mean, I probably could do a couple with enough influence. Could restrict factional appointment, but again, the influence requirements are fairly high, and the bureaucrats don't have much. Regulating tax farmers is definitely within reach. At least with the amount of influence required. Standardizing recruitment. Oh, formal structure wouldn't be that hard. Just need 50 state reach, or for autonomy to go down. Is it? No. Yeah. Admittedly, the start is actually fairly good outside of the atrociously bad tech. We do start with centralism, so that's good. The commercialization. Pretty much every institution is going to have to be self-developed. Yeah. At the very least, I was looking through, and global trade isn't nearly as atrociously bad to get. You only need 4 continents now instead of 5. So assuming you have a reasonably developed set of home provinces, that's only 3 more continents, maybe 2. Depends on if you're on the border of continents, like maybe the Mamluks or the Ottomans. Anyway. I don't need to reach out to the commoners. I've already done everything. Okay. Yeah, warfare has gone well. I've conquered Crispy Kanji, as well as Kola. Kola grabbed this province off of Lupaka, so I've taken it for myself. This grant me quite a few silver and gold mines. Hopefully this will bolster my finances and allow me to exact less of a tax burden. However, I'm not the only one that's been expanding. Chimu's also been heading up north, and as well as Huanca. I've also allied Nazca, but not given them any territory. What are friends for, after all? I will take them down eventually. Maybe not for the moment. Oh, so I have to either take Pachacamac or... Oh, ich mal take it back. I guess. I mean, they don't have a core province on it. So that's just the vagaries of the decision. They need Cajamarca or Gola. I know Cajamarca is somewhere up here. Oh, that's what fine is for. Okay. Oh, it's with a K. Yeah, it's this province. Or Gala. Oh, okay, that's not the issue. Right, and then Huancaya or Lapaka. Oh. Well, okay, so forming the Inca Empire is not that big of a deal. They even use a localized name, that's fun. Tawantinsuyu. Right, so you need 25 core provinces inside the Andes region, and then another 10 that are owned by you or a subject. They don't need to be cored, so that can instantly grant cores, assuming those require 25. Once the cores are complete from the new provinces, that will be 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Assuming I keep Nazca around, which seems dangerous, very dangerous. So, probably. Admittedly, I also have a good amount of power protection, thanks to all the conquest I've been doing. Conquering provinces of Kola and eclipsing Chanka. So, yeah. Chanka actually shouldn't be that big of a deal if it weren't for the fact that they're allied to Chimu. So for now, I'll focus my efforts southwards. Charka and Packages are fairly isolated, diplomatically and geographically, so they shouldn't be too hard to conquer. Admittedly, they're going to be very high autonomy, which might impact reform progress, but the sooner I conquer the entirety, the sooner I can get everything under control, assuming it doesn't impede the way of reforms, which is also a potential problem. Yeah, oh well. I've got 100 years until the Europeans come, at least. So, even more, honestly. So it takes a while to get to Peru. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Until then.